Will this thing run? We're gonna find out next. Alright guys, we're going to try to see if we can get this El Camino running. Now I know nothing about the engine under this thing, but you know, I got this thing really cheap. It did spin over. I hooked jumper cables to Dad's Regal, which is down at his house right now actually. But I hooked jumper cables to Dad's Regal, and it did spin over that night. You know, we used the key here because there is no key latch in it. But it did spin over. I can turn it over by hand with a wrench. So I think it'll run. The oil looks real clean in it. But I don't know. So I don't know if the motor's got anything wrong with it. I know nothing about it. I just seen the car and what I paid for it. I knew I had enough parts under the hood and the car to double my money right off the bat. All right. So one thing that's got to be done. This is my ground cable. And this sag cable is as sad as they come. And the other cable's not a whole lot better, but I'm going to cut this off and replace it. I bought a new one. So first thing I'm going to do is try to get rid of this garbage cable here with the new one. Now I bought a longer one because I wanted to actually I need to probably do it. I only see an engine ground here. I'm not seeing a body ground. Not saying there ain't one, but I've not found one yet. So, you know, I want a frame ground and everything later. So I'll do that, but I don't need it just to get this thing running. So we'll go look at that first. And hopefully, let's get this out of here. Carry a bungee cord. Some kind of bungee cord in there. Anyway. First thing first, let's go ahead and try to change this ground up and make a better ground in this thing. So I got that's a 45 inch, that's as long as I get. But I figure, you know, I can cut that later and put another one of these ends just on where I grounded on the alternator up there on that bracket. And then do another one to the body, you know, to make sure it's all good and grounded. I also got another side post connector to change it back to a side post. I do got those adapters in the battery right now, but you know, that's how it came out. So I just went ahead and said I'll just stick it back. So I need to go in here and find a wrench, figure out what size that is. It looks like a 9/16. I'm not sure. I'm not the best in the world at looking at a wrench and bolt and being like, oh, that's what size it is. I'm better than I used to be, but still I'll glance in and be like, it looks like that, and then it's not. Or if they're metric, it always throws me off too. So we got new plug wires here. And the engine there is orange and these are red. So I got red plug wires because, you know, red and orange, they're total different colors. But hey, they're in the same family. So realistically, I was just trying to buy the cheapest thing I could find. So I bought red. Car's red, kinda. So, you know, it was that or blue. So I figured why not just, hey, you know, it's close, you know, if you're colorblind. And it's a 1/2 inch. Like I said, not really. I said 9/16, so I was one size off. So when we pop this out, we'll run this new cable right quick. I'm not sure if this is where the factory ground was on one of these, but it'll work. I'm gonna say it's not, since, you know, there's zip ties and all that fun stuff. So, and I'm just gonna put it back here for now. It worked before, it should work now. I know it ain't ideal, but we'll see. So, all right, so the next thing is putting the plug wires on. Now I don't have this bolted down, it's just sitting on there. So it was just sitting on there, just to get out of the way. So I'm not sure if this is actually sitting in the right timing, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pretend it is and hope for the best and hope they got it timed right or close, you know, that it's on the right cylinder and everything. And I'm just gonna run the wires now. I gotta look and see, because I can't remember a Chevrolet, because I usually do Buicks. So I'm gonna have to look at the firing order. I know it's like 1-8, but I can't remember where they go on the distributor. So let me pull that up on my phone and we'll hook these wires up. Now I ordered some fancy boots because this thing's got headers on it to keep them cool. And these are angled. I didn't realize I was getting angled boots. I don't think I clicked angled boots, but you know what? I might have in a drunken stupor clicked the wrong ones or just not paid attention. I'm bad for that. So these are gonna get nice and hot and melt, but they'll see if it'll run anyway. All right, so according to Google, this is number 1, obviously. And we'll try to put them down here where they don't fry. And looks like, wouldn't that go black on me? But you hate when that happens, your phone goes black right in the middle when you're doing something. Number 1 looks like it's right here. And then number 2 is over here. Number 2 is over here, but it comes in right here. So, and I might need to run that longer wire. I believe that one was a little bit longer. Let's do this. Put this one on number 2. Because it's just a hair longer, because it has to go across the motor. We'll put this in number 1. We'll burn this in half. I think they're the same on both ends, where they're angled. Oh, big waspers. Be advised, I'm allergic to waspers. Put that on that end. There we go. Yep, that's something wrong side too. Yep, so flat ones go on the distributor, I remember that. So run that over there. I'll get all these buttoned up. And we'll see if we got a fire. Hopefully we don't actually have a fire. All right, so I got them all plugged in. As you see, these two, number, I'm guessing 5 and that's 6, are in a really bad spot with these headers. I'm not sure. I'm probably going to have to get some different plugs put in them and maybe get some better wires. This one I just had to fiddle with it till I got it in there. There's really no room to put them in there. So I probably need shorter plugs in it. I just put back what they had. So we get it started, we see it runs good, then we'll worry about doing all that stuff. I'm not going to do anything special until then. I'm not going to change plugs in it till then. So all right, so now they've had a vacuum field day here, so we're gonna take all these vacuum ports that are uncovered and just put some caps on them here, and we'll hook the advance up to the distributor, and we'll go from there. All right, I've got the vacuums plugged. Had to run one plug wire over here that I had in there that was straight. There's no way to put the bent one in there. And this one, I've got it in there, but I don't know how well it's going to work. Like I said, I'm going to get some shorter plug wires. Couldn't find my little vacuum caps, so I just took these old plugs, and for now, just enough to do it till I find them. And these are all a little bit too big, so I'm hoping they'll seal up pretty good. They probably should once they start sucking. As you can see, they didn't have the right size line at the parts store. I've had trouble getting line lately. I needed 1/4 inch, and it's one size bigger. So, and I'll try to get some today. I've got to go to town here in a little while, so I'll try to get some of that stuff today. Maybe some more fuel line. But we'll see if it'll start here. Let's go ahead and put the battery in. Still got to get this old piece of cable out. I'll probably just leave the top post adapter on the one side for now, just to see if it'll start. Alright, so I've got my truck hooked up with jumper cables. I don't think this battery's got enough in it to spin it over. And let's see what she does. Yep. Okay, that's odd. Maybe I ain't getting enough. Okay. Alright guys, I had to go get Dad to turn my key, because man, there's no way I can put one of them triggers on it. Lone Wolf, as Vice Grip Garage calls them. Man, it's tight. Ain't no way I can get that in there unless I jack the car up. I really don't want to do it. I can just get Dad to turn it just as easy, since he's 20 feet down the road and he's come back up here. Plus I had to get some gas, so we'll see what happens here.
Huh?
Battery's getting a weekend.
Yeah, you've got that motor's tight as it can be. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's tight. Shouldn't be. You can try your booster cable on and see.
I think it's just the battery's weak.
Well, it shouldn't be. That's that didn't crank it over 5 times.
Well, it might break off.
First cylinder over here.
Yeah.
How do they go? 1, 2. Some of them go straight back, straight.
This is 1 right here.
1.
This is 2 right up to here.
2 goes on that side.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. 1.
That's 3.
Wait a minute. Let's see. 1, 2. It goes to the first one over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
This is 1. This is 8. It should run back to here.
okay. Start it around this way so I can tell. 1, 2.
This is 2.
This should be 3.
That's 7.
Oh, it's 7? That's what it says, 7?
Yeah.
Okay, now what's the next one?
5.
5.
6.
Hold it. Wait a minute.
3, 4, and 8.
Okay. Do it again. Okay, 1.
Yeah.
Okay. Pull that up, it should be what, 7?
This is number 8 right here.
Don't worry about that. You can start going.
This is 8 right here. I got it right.
Okay, well, let's start this in 1. What's your next number?
2.
2. Okay, make sure I don't go to the front nowhere. You go to the front?
Okay. I can't walk her out here. Why do you do that every time I'm out here doing something?
Well, that's quit. You can't have it right here.
Every single time. What's the matter?
What's the matter with the bay? Come here, don't get around that stuff. That's nice, the oil and stuff. Okay.
Maybe we're one off.
Wait a minute. Okay, then wait a minute. You started to the right of the thing. I mean, to the left of the thing, right?
Yeah.
1. This should be 7.
That's 2. There's 1,000 times.
Or 2. I mean, okay.
2.
Now what's the next one?
7.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then 5.
7. 7.
Let's put it back up there, baby.
And 5. Okay. Now we got
Then we're going to 6.
6. That's it right there. Pull it, see, it should go to third one back.
Third one back. Right there, 6.
Okay, 6. Now, what's the next one?
Hang on, it come off my screen. 3.
3, okay.
Should be the second one over there.
It is, I got it. Now, what's the next one?
4 and 2. Or 3 and 4. Or we're at 3, what? 4 and 8. I'm sorry. I can't. This is 4. This is 8.
Okay, you're right then.
And that's one off.
What? Well, now we're gonna be able to do that.
I'm gonna pull the plug out and put it on.
Pull the plug out, put that top dead center, and then you make sure your rotor button's on the top.
All right, guys. This thing is just out of time, so we're going to have to pull the plug out. Maybe do it tomorrow or tonight. And find top dead center on it, set it back in the right time. It's cranked over good for a first, and then all of a sudden it just got tight, so it's a classic sign of bad timing. All right, guys, when we was working on this the other day, we didn't get everything finished. Obviously, we didn't get to crank over. We got the crank over, but it was kicking back, so that means the distributor's probably in wrong. So we're gonna take this front plug out and check our timing here, make sure we're timed right. I think it's timed wrong. So I also finally got parts in, so that was a good thing. I've got some, it's actually windshield wiper line, but it'll work for vacuum line. Found some fuel line at Tractor Supply after days and days of searching. So, and some vacuum plugs. I couldn't find those old ones, so I just bought some more. So this way I had it rigged up with these lines. I'll take off and go ahead and put good vacuum plugs on it and a good line to that. So, hey, if you're liking this video, why don't you get down there and subscribe? Right there in the corner where it says Jeffrey Rig. All right, we'll put these up, these extra plugs and stuff. We'll put them back in the shop. We'll cut us a piece of this here, run a new, because like I said, they didn't have what I needed. It's probably not the exact size, but it should fit on that to the distributor. But we gotta take the distributor out anyway, so we'll get Dad to come up here and turn the key over till I find top dead center on this, and we'll go from there. You can see that looks a lot better on that car. This car is probably gonna need to be rebuilt. The choke's trying to stick on it a little bit, and they didn't have the electric part hooked up, so You know, so we're gonna take it apart and rebuild it. Worry about that once we actually get it started. See if it'll start first thing. Like I said, this motor, I don't know nothing about it. So hopefully it'll run good. If it doesn't, we got a lot of good parts here. And I'll probably just take them and clean them up, sell them or whatever. I don't want to do an engine swap on this car, but if this engine's garbage, probably find us a wreck, like new base style Chevy. Maybe do a 4.8 swap and a 4L60. Something we can get, not real expensive, but something that's better. I don't really want to go through that if I don't have to, because this doesn't look like a bad motor. And it's got a lot of good parts on it, but, you know, it's going to be more cost effective in the long run to buy a $1,000 no title, rusted out, cracked frame Chevy that's got a good motor in it, truck, and transmission, and pull it out and put in this than it is to actually rebuild this one. So I don't know the history of this motor. I know nothing about it. It sounded good when it cranked over the other day till it started kicking back from the timing being off. So hopefully it's a good motor. Not, you know, we'll go somewhere else, because the body on this car is in really good shape and everything, you know. So we'll figure out from there. But first things first, we'll try to get this one started, see what it does. Now, the only thing I got to figure out too, what all that mess of wiring right there is. I'm thinking this was originally like a computer controlled car, like the computer controlled carbs. And they've cut all that out when they swapped in this 350. So all that mess could be that. Could be the air conditioning system, but it doesn't really look like it, because this is the only wire I see cut on the air conditioning system, which looks like the compressor wire. So I'm not really sure what it is, but it's something we're going to figure out. We may end up later on rewiring this car too. I'm not sure. I don't know how far I want to go into this guy right now. I mean, like I said, it's a good solid car, but it's not something I'm going to keep. So we've got to figure out, you know, what limitations where I want to stop at. But I've got the distributor cap off. It looks pretty good. I'm going to go over everything with just a little bit of sanding, but it looks pretty good. Like I said, that looks like enough just to burn it to the ground. Not sure if it is. Not sure what it all went to, but like here's the air conditioning wiring, and it looks all complete except for that one, which I'm guessing was the switch for the compressor. Then it looks like they just knocked the end off the connector on it, so that's not a big deal. The headlights work, so I mean, it's not nothing like that. The heat, it's not hooked up, but all that should be under the dash. So I'm really not sure what all this big ball of wiring is right here. Unless, like I said, this was one of these early computer controlled carb cars like my 307 Oldsmobile was, and they cut all that out. Hopefully that's all it is, because if it is, it's no big deal. And now I'm going to get me a socket here. Go ahead and pop off the #1 juice plug there. Sparky. Get it out of here and see what we got with that. Now, this thing had like the emission stuff on it. It looks like it's all kind of disconnected. Don't really need all that to make it run, so that's fine. That's no big deal. I'm going to get a shorter extension. I might be able to get in there without one. Let's see. I love it. The dog's going crazy. Not my dog, it's my brother-in-law's. And I ain't got no room to get under there, do I? Here, we'll figure out something. Let me get my finger over the plug. I'm right on it. I'm about got it, boy.
adjusting on you. Timing here. Just a minute. Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
We ain't got no gas in it, so it ain't gonna keep running.
Well, let's just feed it for a minute. See what she's saying.
Go ahead.
Feed it some gas.
Well, just a minute, Jeff. I can't adjust that. I'm having to adjust that distributor where it's gonna fire.
Well, it's fine.
No, it's jumping it back. I mean, let me get the gas here.
All right.
Where'd I do the gas?
I set it down right there.
There's gas. You can feed it with starting fluid. It's easier with gas.
Well, this minute I'm gonna wait. I don't want it to blow up my face here
I don't
either.
think it will, but you're going to have to keep feeding.
I've seen it blow up and.
I have done it, but you still have to feed it.
Okay, go ahead now. See what. Okay, hold this minute. We could be.
This thing got a cam in it?
I don't have any
Sounds
idea.
like it does.
I wish that choke could come open. Don't do nothing yet.
I'm gonna have to rebuild that car.
They got the choke. Just a minute now. Go ahead. Yeah, I ain't gonna stick my head over there.
I would have done it.
Yeah, when you go to the hospital, burns on your face. She's gonna run. Hold. You're shooting fire back to the carburetor.
Might be too far advanced. No.
Okay, try it again. Got the guys in there right now. We put a little more gas in.
Okay.
And they'll blow up to the thing even when they're in time because you got too much gas in your carburetor. Your carburetor just puts a little spray out. Go ahead. Hold it. We're way out of time. She's shooting to the carburetor. Okay, try it again. Hold it a minute. All right. Put a little bit more gas in it. We're going to get a steady train gas going in it. We're probably going to be able to get it timed.
Ready?
Yeah, go ahead. Still throwing it through the. Hold. Go ahead. Your distributor's coming back around on you. Go ahead. Just a minute. Let's try to start through it. Go ahead. Try it again.
Sure.
Hold it. Wait a minute.
What?
It's moving that distributor back and forth. We're going to get fired up. We're going to have to get a steady stream of gas and then get it fired. You can't just, we're at
Well, she runs.
You know where to run. We just got to tune. You just going to have to start working on it next. Well, you won't get to next weekend.
No, but it runs.
It runs. And we just got to fine tune that timing. And
We'll put, I'm not doing it tonight, but what we'll do, we'll take that gallon jug for now, try to make sure this tank's worth it down. We'll hit
you can feed in over our to you fuel pump.
feed it right here to the carb with this. Run 2 waters on that, just set it under here, and we can feed it to the battery.
Okay.
It'll feed as long as we put a toggle switch on it if we need to.
That distributor's too loose right now. It's jumping back on you.
Well, I can tighten it up. But...
Yeah, well, you don't need to tighten it up with it. This, I mean, it's almost tight enough, but it needs to be so tight that whenever I pull the distributor around, I believe it's in time, because that's still.
I believe it's got a cam in it.
It could be, and you're gonna have to have your battery where it's really cranking.
Well,
because they don't build up enough compression and stuff. Well, if they got the cranking fast enough to.
Well, I always can go hook a truck to it. You really want to?
Yeah, I will run. Yeah, I have.
All right, guys. It runs. Now, we didn't get it good enough where we could drive it yet. We're probably going to have to bottle feed it. The battery's starting to get weak. We're going to charge it up. We cranked on it a little bit. You'll see. And I didn't realize they'd unplugged the power to the distributor for some odd reason. I don't know why they done that. I didn't do that. They did it. But cranked over. It started up. Heard it fire a couple times. Can't get Dad to bottle feed it like you should. But gonna have to do some more work on it. But I mean, we do got a runner here. We'll try next go around on it. We're gonna try to put this. I've got a clicky clack laying here somewhere. Right here, clicky clack laying right here, and we'll plug that in, power that up, and put it right here, and put a gas jug out here with a bungee cord. Use this old gallon jug, fill it up with gas. Run a new line into the carburetor just for now, just to, you know, see if it'll run and drive. And then we'll worry about like getting the tank and all that fun stuff where it can idle right and all that. And like I said, I don't know how far I'm going to go with this car. Motor sounds like it's good. It sounds like it's healthy. Sounds really, really good. I kind of was shocked how good it sounds. It's such a good feeling when you get one to start like that. So I'm not sure how far I'm going to go on it. I am going to get it though, at least. It's got to be better than this. I can't let it leave like this. Dad's just like, oh, sell it like it is once you get it started. I'm like, no, I can't leave it just like that. You know. So I don't know for sure if I'm going to go all out and how far I'm going to go into it, but it's got to be a little better than this. It's got to be something kind of presentable. I'd like to get it at least driving and cleaned up. Stick the back window in it maybe. I don't know. I mean, the body needs repainted, but it's all solid except for this little place in the hood, which is probably an easy fix. You just weld that back. But so I don't know if I want to do like a 10-footer paint job out here, or I'm not going to have it professionally painted, but I might do myself, you know, and do a 10-footer just to be doing it. You know, it's better than nothing. Or I might just shine juice it or patina sauce it or something like that and make it look all right like that. Not really sure yet. Definitely got to clean the insides up and get the back window in it. We may do like a cheap roll-on bed liner in the bed here just to hide all this, you know. But like I said, it's rust free, so I mean, you know, it's a pretty cool old car. It's just little things really on it. The interior's so. We'll clean it up, maybe fix some of the wiring on it, get everything where it's, get it where you can come out here and turn a key, start it, and pull it down here. It might not be the best driver, but we'll get it where at least you can pull it out of here. So, but we've got a runner, so that's great. This little 350 sounded pretty stout for what it is. Hopefully we get it bottle fed and everything where we can get gas keep going into it and she'll run. We may have to rebuild that carb, I'm not sure yet, but I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm pretty excited. And it was a little stress left off of me here, so. But hopefully it'll run as good as that one. So that's the first video on the El Camino. It's a runner. I mean, it started, so that's a win in my book. To me, that's a runner. So I know the car will run like good once it's got a fuel feed to it. So, but that's it, man. I appreciate you guys watching. 350 subscribers. Let's bring it up. Let's bring it up to about 500. Come on, it's an El Camino. How many times you see people working El Caminos? I think I'm growing a mullet back here. But let's grow it up. If you don't care, just like, share, subscribe, and rig something up.